Hello and welcome back to Tarot with Anne-Marie. Hey, how are you? Are you well? I'm really sorry, I seem to have got my phone beside me, even though it's on silent, it seems to be actually coming through. So we are here to do some more of the Cup family and the happiest suit of the actual deck. Bear with me for 1 second because I'm going to say, I'll put the link on and I'll get my little dog here to stop barking. She's saying hello too. Do you want to say hello? Where are you? Before you are banished. She's gone. Okay. Right, here's the link in case you want to join us, and we will be back with some cups and tutorial for you. Here we go. So, got rid of Jill. I was going to introduce you to her, but she's decided she's going to be a bit vocal. We can't have that. So, 9 of Cups. Well, this is a card showing a contented, happy man sitting in front of neatly displayed 9 of Cups. Now, often this man can be seen as a merchant. Thank you for all the lovely likes. Thank you very much indeed. That's so nice of you. Hiya, hello, 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 hello. So, there we go. Lovely to see you. So, he can often be seen as a merchant, and he wants to keep what he has. And he's presenting to us, showing us his possessions, as you would a new car, or maybe, a sparkling ring. And he's simply asking us to look at what he has achieved. Now, in this picture in the 9 of Cups, our figure, we imagine, is the same that we've seen on our journey, in the Fool's journey, that is, and the swords and the cups. And in this image, he's doing okay. He has a plumper face, which is a sign of good living and being free from worry, and showing that his basic needs are being met, with plenty left over. His striped white and grey outfit, which can be blue and white, depending on which deck, are quite slimming, aren't they? Maybe there's a touch of, vanity there. And along with the white and grey under his shirt, it shows that he has thoughts about how he has succeeded and achieved, and that he doesn't take any of it for granted. And his hat is red in this image, yet it's orange in some other decks, and it shows him still fueled by his ideas and his enthusiasm, and wanting to play with the ideas that he still has. So there's extra bits of fabric decorating his hat, showing that he can afford a little excess in his life and a bit of swagger as he's showing off. Now, his hat is symbolizing his actions and his daring, which have allowed him to step out of the comfort zone and to gain from his cups, which have not fallen into his lap by magic. He's wearing red tights, again, red is the colour of passion, and each move has been made with a real sense of purpose. It shows a bold and daring personality with a very strong sense of self-worth. This is someone that's pleased with what he has and what he has gained. He has a small black belt, and the black shows his potential and his ability to see and bring all of his mental desires to fruition. It's a little thin under his belly, and that's representing a bit of indulgence about the world around him, saying he enjoys food, good living, and what shines to him, and what could be seen by others as superficial. His clothes are not clothes that he would work in, but more for relaxation. Now, this shows a time where he's able to sit back, relax, and enjoy his rewards. It's as if he's gone out and splashed out on a new pair of red tights and a bright hat to show the world that he's doing well and gaining in life, but not worried about the rest of his outfit, preferring comfort. His brown shoes, sometimes they're green in different versions of the Rider-Waite Smith deck. So the brown shoes and the bench are about him being grounded. Brown is a colour showing groundedness and that we're connected and earthed. And that shows his practical side of life to his earthly gains. So he's not someone that's egotistical or superior, and he chooses to sit on that basic wooden bench, showing he's very down to earth and he's not lost who he is, where he's come from, and just happy to be humble and simplicity and enjoying the good life at the same time. So at heart, he's keeping it real. And both his feet are facing in different directions, like 10 to 2 feet, showing that he does not have any firm decisions yet about the future. And now he's just enjoying what he has gained. The legs are open in our figure, showing his passion, his desire, and that he's ready to act if he wants to. And so with the hat and the feather, it looks like a feather, he's not finished accumulating the things that make him happy. He knows his cups need to be maintained and worked at, and this is echoed by his folded arms. Now, if you look, they are forming the lemniscate, the figure of infinity, like a figure 8, and the lemniscate is bringing balance, simplicity, and showing that he really wants to maintain all that he has. His arms are going across the solar plexus chakra, so he might be quite protective and looking at who might be coming his way. Again, others can see this as being smug, that he is bolstering his ego. But it may also show that the opinions of others are not needed, because he's confident enough and feeling quite safe, thank you very much. So either way, he'll not be giving any of this away to anybody. Now he's smiling a genuine smile, which shows contentment, and at the moment that he's truly happy. Lovely card, the 9 of Cups. And his 9 cups represent his accomplished desires, and that they're placed in that semicircle around him, arranged like a horseshoe. And a horseshoe is a symbol for luck and protection. So it's a sign that he wishes to keep what he has close to him, everything in easy reach, so he can cherish them all equally. Hello, hi, how are you doing? Thanks for saying hello. How are you doing? Nice to have you along. So, welcome to our tarot tutorial. Of course you can watch, that's what it's all about. But I wonder if you think that we are doing something other than tuition. Let's see. No, it's not. It's a tutorial. You see? I'm teaching the tarot. Sorry, Cushy. You know, you're welcome to stay and watch, but this is about how to read this card if you want to be a reader, or if you already read and you would like to know as much as we can possibly bring in. Bye. Or you're welcome to stay. So, we were saying that this infinity symbol is a sign that he wants to keep everything close to him, everything in easy reach, so he can cherish everything equally. And the narrow table shows and holds the cups with room for nothing else, as he's only focused on his gains. It's draped in blue fabric, which shows his spiritual side, and that his inner reflective self is a need to communicate what he has in his life. So it's like the voice chakra, isn't it? Communicating his spiritual side, and he wants to let us know. And if we look, you can notice that the abundance of material isn't very neatly pleated. So he's not taken the time to make this display as neat as he could. And he may not be focusing too much on the spiritual aspect of himself, as he's way too busy being practical and earthly and enjoying quite well-earned pleasures and comforts. As such, right now, his spiritual values are placed in the physical, and it brings him happiness, as material or emotional gains are a higher attainment, which can create joy for him. And he's looking at this on his spiritual level, and his displays voicing his happiness, his confidence, and excitement to all who are looking and can see it. So he has found peace here, even if it's superficial to some. And this can lead to a very relaxed phase in life in which deep contentment is brought to the soul as wishes are granted. But what is beneath the curtain? Who can say? Maybe it's all the imperfect things that he wishes to hide from the world. Or maybe it's nothing at all, and he only wants us to focus on the cups and his newfound display of emotional satisfaction, and for us to look at him as he smiles at us with plenty of pride. The cups are raised above him, and he's placed them out of reach of other people, and he's showing them off at a prize-winning cups, which we must assume they may be. And he's saying you can look, but you cannot touch, which shows that he places a lot of stock on them. His faith, his hope, and his future are placed on that shelf behind him and above his head. And he may well even find that they're more important than life itself. Traditionally, this card, the Nine of Cups, is known as the wish card. And it points to the fulfillment of a wish and all the happiness that that brings. So it can bring personal achievements and aspirations, so he can fully enjoy the emotional satisfaction that he's obtained. He's got his heart's desire here. And this card brings happiness and a feel-good factor in everybody's life, and which we can actually feel enormously proud of ourselves. In numerology, the value of 9 in this case is inspiration, honesty, and understanding. And it's also selflessness. So the number 9 is also associated with being selfless and compassionate. And we are really reminded when we get this card that wishes do actually come true. And so if you make a wish, you'll get what you want. Happiness, contentment, feeling of being blessed, and that you're feeling proud as punch. And it's an emotional response because, of course, we are in the suit of water, cups, and so, the element of water, the suit of cups, I beg your pardon. So everything, when we get this card, is starting to go your way. But we can't sit too long, as work still needs to be done. That's why we've got a 9 and not a 10, because we're not at completion yet. Yet it's a wonderful time to really fully enjoy yourself. Because the Nine of Cups is traditionally known as the wish card, it's also a yes card if you are asking a positive question. So if you're looking for an answer and you draw this card, it's a sure yes, because it's about desires, hopes, ambitions, dreams being fulfilled and success being assured. So the Nine of Cups is not a card of finalisation or completion. It simply states that you will get what you want. And it's not a sign of long-term happiness, but it's about maybe grasping what you want and going with all the things that you have and looking and planning more at the long term. So this is a card that brings physical and emotional security. It's indeed a time to reap rewards. So the Nine of Cups shows accomplishment in an area of our life that's paramount, and where we naturally start to feel pleased with ourselves, as if a bit like, well, things are going right, and I'm a bit like the cat that's got the cream. So it's a bit of happiness and self-indulgence that's to be enjoyed, which is really necessary in our life, because we do need to know that satisfaction is there and that it can be guaranteed. And of course you want to feel proud as you realise that your dreams are coming true and that you're getting what you want and that you're given the chance to go for it. So a lot of feelings with this card are very much about positivity, happiness and contentment. And this can also show someone who's happy and blessed in their life for what they've already got, or someone that's actually in awe of what they've achieved and happy to keep aiming for more. And so this is a card of, when we look at those nine that are on the shelf there with the blue curtain, I would always say that that person is looking to say, well, beneath that curtain, what they're looking for is, I can go one step more. I can actually be content, but not with this. I'm going a little step further because, you know what, I want more. And so it's definitely a card that makes you smile, but it's indulging in that happiness and it's allowing for you to enjoy that, but it's also saying to you, go on, you're doing really well, see what else you can manage. Okay, I'm going to put on keywords, okay, and I'll be back in a moment with a little bit more in our tutorial about this card. So, some keywords there for you on the Nine of Cups. I'm going to give you some more. It's a card of wishes being granted, as I've mentioned, of inner and outer happiness, being pleased with yourself, and don't we all deserve a bit of that? It's a card that tells us we've got happiness, success, our dreams are being actualised. It's about the good life, a card of abundance, emotional prosperity, rewards, accomplishments, and of course self-love and inner happiness, emotional maturity, and having a high self-esteem, because that's allowing us to sit on cloud nine, which really is very, very important. So the figure's dressed in that long flowing striped gown, which looks really nice and loose and comfortable, perhaps a little eccentric, but he looks as if he's a happy chappy. And as I mentioned earlier, he's filled out a little, and so his girth's a little bit wider, and so he's not been neglecting himself. He's been perhaps doing things to a bit of excess. His face is filled out, and it's nice to see our figure. And I think that sometimes people say, gosh, is this the same figure that's in the actual cards? Well, we can assume so. There's a school of thought that yes, it is, from the Fool going on through their journey through the actual suits. And everybody does, sorry, I beg your pardon, everybody does their suits in different orders. I always work with swords first, because the swords is the mental state, and everything starts with the thought, then it leads into the emotion. And that's how I've taught you in that way in these YouTube sessions, and I will continue to do so, and it's how I've led the courses. Okay, Mercury in retrograde, I believe. Wow, did I have a time of that today, talking about being in swords and communication. Boy, it was a really tricky one today. So thanks for that, Mercury. So we're carrying on, and this is a great card to turn up in any reading. I mean, you don't even need to know much about tarot to go, look at all that lovely yellow. Look at the smile. Look at the red, you know? It's a great card. We're always going, gosh, that looks lovely. I want to have that. And yes, we are all entitled to go through a period of great happiness and contentment, aren't we? And we have enough of life in the way of unpleasantness. So we don't want to have somebody knock us off our perch, and that we're entitled to sit there and smile and laugh and say, do you know what? I have really, really focused on this. And so this is a card of being in an emotionally strong place and in a fantastic mood. Life's really good, and we should celebrate that and take the time, you know, humbly sitting there like our figure on the bench, being grounded and just looking at, trying to work out what might be next without stressing about it. So it's a card, I would say, of going, you can achieve more. And it's a time of being aware and of appreciating your hard work, giving appreciation for the blessings and the magic that you've had in your life, and to give yourself a bit of a pat on the back. So it's important. Happiness can slip through our hands like sand. And so we need that joy that accompanies this card. And the Nine of Cups is known, as I said, as the wish card, wishing for what you want. Be careful what you wish for, of course. And so the things that we saw in the Seven of Cups are now coming true. So he's focused, made it happen. Gone off on his journey, as in the Eight of Cups, getting away and saying, right, I need to go and do my own thing. And look, it's brought happiness. However, the fulfillment of our wishes need to be that we are able to look the fact that you've worked hard for it. Don't forget that. It didn't just magically fall in your lap. A lot of effort will gone into the point of arriving at the day of satisfaction, where you're looking at the outcome and feeling that at last things have worked out in your favour. And to others, it might look like you're the cat that's got the cream, and how delighted you are with yourself. Why not? At long last, you've made it, and this is where you want to be. And it's your time now to shine. That's why we've got so much yellow in this card. So it's about taking your place centre stage, and you deserve that attitude of enjoying the happiness. Abundance can be on material levels, of course, but great inner happiness and self-esteem are also an expression of abundance. And that's what's suggested in this card. It's a time where we understand that the importance of finding our own inner happiness and allowing ourselves to take it to another level. So it's about riding high on that wave and allowing that cup to run over. This is why I'm saying you can reach for more. 9 is not completion. Why not go for the whole shebang? And so there is, we're taught to actually hold back and not to be smug. You're also supposed to be able to enjoy life. And so the 9 of Cups can represent a time of your rewards after a real long period of hard work and lots of effort. So whatever you've been working on when you draw this card will come to, or has come to, successful fruition. And you can sit back, take the praise and the applause that you've rightfully earned, and enjoy satisfaction. People might see you in a different light, and they might be envious because you have the ability and you've got the skill, of course. But that shouldn't stop you from shining that wonderful inner light that's you, because you've made this happen. And your happiness and warmth can be inspirational to others. We know that. And it can be infectious. And many will want to be around you because you're giving out that vibration of being very positive, and it brings a positive effect into other people's lives. So there's 2 ways of looking at it. Oh, I mustn't be the fat cat and smug and got the cream. No, but you must allow the fact that hard work led to wanting to actually have this. And 9 times out of 10, when people are successful, the inspiration that they provide to others is like a light shining in their lives. And they will come and gather around you because they will see you as someone that has pursued their dreams, regardless of setbacks or the opinion of other people. And so we have to realize when we get this card, we've got to give ourselves a little credit for achieving things that many people actually crave in their lives. But they don't have that courage or that determination to go after it and to stick with it. So it's a time to feel pleased with yourself, and you should really celebrate that period of time. It's important, okay? So the 9 of Cups can suggest emotional maturity and the understanding of what's important and, of course, what's not important. And this is a feeling when you feel the 9 of Cups that you've connected and found yourself at last. This is what I wanted. This is what makes me happy. And then we get to that point that I mentioned earlier, that we can start seeing the bigger picture in life and truly knowing what it is we're looking for. And this is just one of the first stages of many. So it suggests a time for moving away from the old style of living that was once based maybe on wants, needs and expectations. And the 9 of Cups now is suggesting that it's all about you. So it's about being that key player in your own life. And it doesn't mean to say that you're being insensitive to others' feelings or needs. It really means that you're in control of your life and you are practicing self-care. And it's a time for concentrating on your needs and what makes you happy. It's a bit like the mother with the child. If she's not all right and well, how on earth is she going to actually protect her child or children? So we let others think that what they wish for, doesn't make them happy, but it does. That's why we do things. And if we can't enjoy that time and celebrate that time, just as he is, happy in his own company and going, look at what I've done. Go and have a look, So in your social life, it might be key to actually accept those invitations from those people that are inspired or feel uplifted or are drawn to you because you are inspirational, innovative, consistent. And so you're probably the person that they want to be around. This character certainly looks as if he enjoys the pomp and ceremony that goes with social occasions. So you've got to do that too. It's got to be an opportunity for you to showcase your creative abilities and talents and let people see you. There's too much of this kind of hiding your light under a bushel. No. When we get this card, it's telling us that we have taken a lot of hard work and paid special attention to the extra special personal touches that you've added in order to make this something spectacular. And you're hardly going to actually overdo it by putting on a circus or an event, but you can simply put things into a place where you can actually relax and equally enjoy the fruits of your labour. Sometimes when we get the Nine of Cups, it can sometimes suggest that there is a gathering, close friends, family, people who just really are on the same vibe and enjoy each other's company. And so if you are getting this card and you are thinking, well, should I actually be mixing and blending? Absolutely, because success is built upon more success, and so there is more on the way. This is what I'm saying. I see that blue curtain as reaching for more. The Nine of Cups is a card of vitality, like the sun. It's our vitality. It's what makes you buzz. It's how you see life, what it's all about for you as an individual. Good thing is to look at your sun sign when that's sort of coming up, all that yellow, of course, So if your sun sign is you're a Leo, you've got to go out there and do the drama. If you're somebody that's a Taurian, you've got to do what actually makes you feel that security and that stability in your life. So look to your sun sign with this rather than your moon or your ascendant or anything like that. And if you don't know much about that, go and Google it, look at the podcasts or the tutorials that we've gone through about different cards. So this is a card of reminding you to pamper yourself and to go with luxury and to keep on doing it, because like attracts like. And this can suggest that people are going to really enjoy entertainment that you actually inspire them to be. And you might think, well, I'm not like that. Well, just the very fact of being around somebody that is content, self-assured, self-care and relaxed, it's enough. The Nine of Cups is a card of positive rewards that are available to all of us. We just need to remember that this card is telling us, take that time to truly evaluate your life and don't give up on the search for inner happiness and enlightenment. And it can be really hard to understand that what we truly, really, really, really want can come along by way of the fact that it's nothing in particular apart from the fact that you are successful, satisfied. It's not the haves and the have-nots. It's how you feel and how you make others feel. And so sometimes that's the simplicity. So we're all on this spiritual journey, aren't we? And we've all got a particular path to follow. And we've got to listen to our heart and our inner voice and make sure that we're making the right decisions that will help us to realise our full potential instead of being modest or stagnating it and making ourselves unhappy. What's it all about if you cannot take time to be content with satisfaction and give gratitude for the wishes that you've made come true? Inner happiness, it's being motivated, isn't it? You know, when we are looking at the fact that we have reached the Nine of Cups, it's about that satisfaction of inner happiness, that we've materialized what we wanted and indulging in that. And for some, that can be, you know what, I just don't want, you know, they want a minimalistic life. They want something where they live their life with structure. They want to actually just have a smaller place because it's stressful having a bigger place for so many reasons. More to clean, more visitors, or whatever. Sometimes people just say, you know, I'm really happy. I can relate to that. Never been so happy when I had one little bedroom flat. It did everything I wanted to because it was cheap, it was beautiful, it was affordable, and it allowed me to travel. It's whatever floats your boat. You know, if you want that big dream castle, go for it. If you think it's going to make you happy, and for some it really will. For others, their dreams may be different. So it's about allowing yourself to connect with that. And this man that's sitting on the wooden bench is comfortable, but not too comfortable. Who'd want to sit on that bench all day? You see, he's not lounging, so he's not going to be there long. And his arms are crossed, and he's got a smile on his face. And he is expressing contentment and satisfaction. That curved structure behind him, which some call a shelf, has got the blue material draped on it with the 9 cups that are arranged in an arch, really do represent the emotional fulfillment that you can have after you've carried out your deepest desires. So this is a card that when you glance around and feel that your heart just overflows with love and appreciation for everything you've created in your life, you know, I like to practice that every day, and I would say thank you 3 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you for where I live, and I go through the list. And it's basic fundamental stuff, but it's the stuff that makes me happy at this age. Might not have been happy when I was 20 or 25 or 30, which of course was just yesterday. Not. When this card arrives in a tarot reading, we're all content in aspects of our life. And that's about our relationships, work, lifestyle, well-being and more. So why shouldn't we smile? Why shouldn't we sit on that bench and bask in the abundance of life and experiencing your emotions with intensity, with great pleasure? This is why the 9 of Cups is called the wish card, because it comes as a sign that all the planets are aligned and you've got everything that you've wished for. So it's a card of allowing yourself to be happy. And if you've made that wish and you've been patiently waiting for it to come to fruition, I've been there, then this card is an excellent sign that it's going to be granted very soon. So the 9 of Cups is an invitation to indulge and enjoy life's pleasure. And this includes enjoying good food, wine, appreciating the arts, being in love, relaxing, doing luxurious things, going for the most simple, humble things, being in nature and experiencing what you connect to and what you find beauty in. I suppose it's about living in the moment and giving yourself permission to indulge temporarily without guilt. Guilt's a useless emotion. It doesn't actually do anything. And so it's about allowing all those possible negative consequences to just go out the window. while you really just experience pleasure. And when you see the Nine of Cups in a reading, it's a reminder to express gratitude for what you have. And we can start that every day by creating a mental list of 3 or 4 things that we are most grateful for. And over time, that list can get longer. And it's your ability to actually connect with the law of attraction. But remember, it won't just be handed to you. You've got to do your part too. And so expressing that you are happy is really, really important. You know, I've done readings for years, and I'm just going to take a moment and have the tutorial. Quite often I've seen somebody getting their wishes come true in this way. And quite often it is a case of people say, and I really do warn you to not do this. They go, oh, I don't believe it. Okay, I can understand that you're delighted and you don't know how to express it. But you know what? The people that have said, oh, I don't believe it, I've got that job. Oh, I don't believe it. You know, I'm so happy. I've met the person that I really want to sort of spend my life with. I don't believe it, or playing it down. And very soon afterwards, you see that those things are not in their life. And there's a reason for that. And that is because whatever we kind of attract to ourselves while we're saying, I'm not sure about this, I don't know, then it's like, okay, universe keeps moving. So if we don't say, I like that, I love that, I want that, that's wonderful, thank you very much, I'm grateful, and you say, oh, I don't know, then okay, if you don't think you want it, we'll pass it on to somewhere else. Okay. It's as positive as the sun. It's filled with that vitality of the sun card. And in a different way, because I think the sun card is about our vitality of our personal goals and maybe still looking at the goals. Sorry, I'm answering that. This is the question I'm actually replying to. It's only just dawned on you. Yeah, it's a card of, you know, people say, oh, it's the fat cat card. You know, he's a big fat cat in here and he's the cat that's got the cream. No, it's actually about going, I have every right to say, I'm truly happy. I'm content with my lot. What more could I actually wish for? Careful of that, because you can wish for more. But, you know, you can say, you know what, I haven't concluded yet. I'm not completed. But you know what? I am in a space and a place where I'm truly grateful, truly thankful. And so the universe goes, okay, you're saying yes, are you? Good, all right. We're hearing, you know, that. But again, that's not just manifesting because you go, I want, please give me a Ferrari, Ferrari might not make you happy, you know, might not. You know, there's a burden with these things. Where are you going to park it? How much is it going to cost? What's it going to do in petrol? What's the insurance going to be like? You know, do you know how hard it is to actually not accelerate in a car like that? You know, it takes a lot more effort to restrain your right foot on the accelerator than it does to actually put the effort into pushing it down. Think about that. You know, it's holding back. So you see, what is it you really truly want? And Nine of Cups is actually going, you know, I'll say thank you for where I live, thank you for my partner, and I always say thank you for my clients. I mention YouTube, I mention everything I'm doing, because you might think, well, why did she do that? Because most of my week is actually spent in between clients planning these tutorials. I have got to, there's no point me going, whatever, you know, they're workshops, and I've redone the courses, so of course I'm saying thank you for the fact that I'm doing this. And I said to hubby the other day, you know, I thought I'd completed this when I walked in the park in 2002 in Essex, I was at the time, and said to my friend Maggie, once I've done this, I'll be sorted. I should Coco, you know, I went on to do Here I Am Again, you know, making some shorts for you, but of course I can't just turn around and do it in a certain style. It's got to be a way of making it pop, making it mean something, not just chucking it out there. So I'm very grateful. I say thank you for my thoughts and inspiration about how I can actually mix it up and blend it up. Do you see what I mean? And I'm also grateful that the clients I have, they're the right people for me. You know, I could have hundreds and hundreds, but I've really just got the right ones. That's my point. You know, I'm very blessed, I'm very lucky. You know, thank you for my health. Big one, you know, good night's sleep, feeling well, good days. Also for my feelings, it's important to be able to represent that. And why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we just sit there? You know, you could look at it as in going and sitting in church if you like, and going up the, you know, the wooden benches you get in church and go, thank you very much. You know, I've got a lot to be grateful for. I'm very lucky, and I love it. And I'm going to do my best for some more. And so it's realising that contentment and fulfilment, you know, they can be temporary. So it's important to actually know that it can be in a state of change, but that we're saying, hold on a minute, if this is changing, I'm actually just saying I really loved this, and I'm grateful for this, and I really appreciate this. And yes, there will be some change, but I want it to actually affect me in this emotional way where it's so important for me to share my appreciation with what I have now and to cherish it, because it might disappear. And if it does, we need to be able to say, you know, that thing that I thanked you for, I really want to be able to be in that place again, so that we can keep adjusting and adapting to what life throws at us. If this comes up in a work-related reading, the Nine of Cups is suggesting your career is full of aspirations, dreams, success, and completion of projects, and things will go as you planned. So if you've been interviewing for a job, this card comes up, it's telling you it's finally coming. So the Nine of Cups is bringing positivity to your work, to your wealth, to your finance, to your abundance. And even if you've got bills or debts, focus your attention on the fact that you're able to make those payments because you are plentiful enough in what you've got in life to be able to do that. You know, I know we say money in, money out, but it's having it in the first place to be able to pay it out, isn't it? Yeah. So the Nine of Cups, as a personality, well, if this comes up to describe the person, that's in yourself or someone that you're actually reading for, guess what? They're positive and optimistic, inspiring, contented and fulfilled. And they're always looking on the bright side of life. That's why I say, if you're like that, you're going to actually inspire others because they feel good being around you. It's a good feeling. And feeling cherished, quite an old-fashioned word that, it's important. And it's a lovely feeling to be in the company of someone where we feel valued and cherished, and that they are positive and optimistic. So these are people that put out positive energy into the universe, and it comes back in multiples, and that's why they do it. I have a few clients that are like that, very, very, they do a lot of work for a lot of different parts globally in the world on a massive scale that quietly goes on, and their success and fulfillment and achievement is all shh. They're very quiet about what they do, because they say if you boast about it, get stopped. If you are simply sitting there and giving thanks, blessings of gratitude and appreciation, they become a vessel in someone else's life. That's why it's important for us to really look at how positive it is. Nine of Cups is someone who doesn't mind indulging now and again. He's not watching his waistline, why not? If you enjoy your food, enjoy it. Good food, wine, luxury travel, destinations, anything like that. And I know that people say, oh, don't they think I'm a little smug in, my achievements? No. Remember that we need to be inspired. And if you're the one doing the inspiration, then you should be proud for what you've created and for what you're sharing with the world. If this comes up here in a love reading, I'll touch on this very briefly. It's an excellent card. A love life and relationship showing emotional fulfillment, contentment, satisfaction. If you've somebody that's waiting and looking for love, it's telling you that you are meeting the right people, and therefore that you will be in the right space. And with those people, it's there that you will meet your potential outcome. Think of it like that. So it's like a gathering. And the idea is to enjoy yourself. And if you are in a relationship, and the relationship is likely to deepen and be even more fulfilling, with even more growth in your journey together. So it's showing you're on the right path, and probably going through a different kind of layer of what your love looks like. If you're encountering challenges in your relationship, the Nine of Cups is a reminder to focus on the positive, appreciate the wonderful things that you and your partner has to offer that allow you to work out what's working well for you, and being grateful for what you have together, and then to revisit that place so that you can positively reinforce what it is that makes both of you feel good. If this is in the spiritual advice of the reading, then the Nine of Cups is showing that you're really deeply content in everything that you're doing. And it's as if you're lighting up from within and radiating that and allowing others to be in that vibe. And so, as I said, you are likely to create and attract even more success because it's inspirational, and you may become a vessel. And expressing that gratitude for what it is you're creating just lifts that higher vibrational energy a notch up. Always people ask about, health. I don't really cover that, but in a well-being question, it's an excellent sign. Maybe just telling us to watch the excess of overindulging, of course. We can expand a little when we get this card, just like when Jupiter's in our chart. That's the time that we can expand. Think about that, okay? And so, you know what? It may be a reminder that, truly sorry, clients. Honestly thought that was on silent, I beg your pardon. So if you've been living to the excess and overdoing it, it's just time to actually say, that's okay, but try and pull back from unhealthy sort of type of foods, things that don't actually have any nutritional sort of value for you, often we're hungry simply because we're eating synthetic or processed foods. And I know we all hear this all the time, but it's true. You know what? I doubt any of us could eat a whole chicken. Nothing else, just a whole chicken. You go, oh gosh, I'm stuffed. You might want something afterwards because it's different, but that's my point. Yeah, think about that. And that's kind of, yeah, it's a big part of how I looked at things and changed my appearance. I was much heavier than I am now, and yeah, it's about looking at what it is that your body actually really wants, and if you are an empath, or you are psychic, or you are, somebody that's sensitive, and I think we all are to a degree, but if you use that muscle a lot, yeah, you will pick up other people's stuff, and that can lead to us actually overindulging, just like this card. So there's just a little bit of a negative thing. In which case, it's a bit like we're eating our words, so we're saying the right thing to everybody, and then we kind of go, hang on a minute, I didn't like to burden them with what I wanted to say. So that can cause us to, eat something and kind of go, oh, well, never mind, I'll enjoy a munch. Fine. Enjoy the fine things, but look at it that it's something that's really delicious. I changed my whole sort of way of going about things. And every day I think I have a breakfast like a king. I have half an avocado and I have every colour under the sun on my plate. I have basil this morning, sorrel, mozzarella cheese some days, Gouda cheese another day, dairy cheese another day, crackers. Bread and me don't get on at all. That's where it doesn't work for me. I don't even like the taste anymore. Tomatoes, if your plate is colourful, you deserve that. You deserve that kind of vitality. So it is very much like the sun card. It is a case of actually turning around and going, you know what, sometimes I'll have some red cabbage on there. Gosh, I can't think now. Carrot, grated carrot, beetroot, you name it. And you might go, I have that for breakfast. Yeah, I do. Because you see what time it is, and I'm a couple of hours ahead of most people, as in where I am in location. And yeah, I have not had anything since, and that's how it is every day. I don't need it. Keeps me going. So think about that, because I've suffered myself, and yeah, it is known as the fat cat card, and a lot of us really struggle with our weight. It's not how much you eat tons. It's actually, how is my body coping with this? I swelled up like crazy yesterday. Why? Because I added some elderflower cordial to some water that I just wanted to cheer up the water. Sometimes cold water can, and I like my water to be cold, so I thought I'd change it up, but there's, mistake. I feel sensitive. Sometimes your body just says, hold on a minute, we're just going to blow right up because you're too sensitive to the chemicals or the E numbers or whatever the heck is in it. And it's just a point, and we all know it, but when it really comes into your life, it can make a huge difference. And yeah, I get lots of readings about how can I lose weight, and it's not because of what I've done. I've had it for years before I actually managed the battle. So I mentioned that with real sort of heartfelt, I know what it's like. So, your spiritual growth is important, and taking in what's right for you. We talked about what we put in our body, and it's not about me being the food police. You don't get to your 50s and then suddenly make a huge change. And it wasn't, I won't go into the details of what it was, but it made me feel well. And this is a reminder, what is it that might make you not feel so well? Just experiment, try it. Make sure that you've not lost touch with you. And I know we go, I don't like waste, and I know I'm so busy, but you owe it to yourself to not lose touch with what's important to you. And so the Nine of Cups, if you've done some exercise and eaten loads, but you've eaten the right things, you sit down like that and just say, you know what, I'm really satisfied, I did well. Because it's about success, it's about happiness, and it can mean many different things to many different people. But I touch on this because it's a big card and a lot of people don't know why, they are increasing. And that's in this card, we are seeing this guy ballooning up. And we're supposed to say, oh, it's the fat cat card. Well, actually, it's about showing us that he has the ability to eat well and drink well and enjoy life. And so what you've got to say is, okay, that's great, but is it in a healthy way? And am I successful? And so it's one of those cards where you owe it to yourself to go for that search within. Okay, folks, thanks so much for joining me tonight. Really appreciate it. Love your company. So glad that you stayed with this, as you all do. Don't forget the podcast. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. And we do this every week. So next week, 10 of Cups. But not only that, remember Tuesdays, we'll be showing you what the Nine of Cups is when we combine it with other cards in a reading. And you know my method by now. Those that know me will be looking at different major cards to see what it's telling us. It's a bit like we learn the alphabet. I was thinking this. We don't walk around saying A, B, or A, B. We put the letters together, don't we? And we make words. It's really what putting a spread together is about. But you do need to know the alphabet in order to be able to make up a word. So if you know your cards and you only know phonetically how to actually scratch at the surface of the card, it's enough. Then you can get going. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. I'm off. I'm sorry. It's so hot and it's been so hectic. So I can feel myself kind of going a little bit. So my apologies if you kind of felt that you were like, but I was relaxed too and I was enjoying it. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, I'll just remind you, this is where the podcast is. On YouTube, that's what it looks like, each card, and you can see they're all in order. And I just edit them out so that you get the skinned down version of, without any mistakes or ums and ahs, as much as I can, of course. So thanks ever so much, everybody. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you Tuesday, I hope. If not, see you Thursday. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.